Yep. We still got leaks. Oh, man. This time now, we are working on the four corners. We've already refreshed the tank. That's solid. That's holding a good pressure. Over the last 2 years, the car, after about 2 days, will be on the ground. So let's go ahead and finally address the leaks on my corners. Here is the bottom view of the bulkheads that's going through the side of the car. Here's the underneath that sits between the shield there and the exhaust. You've seen inside here before where the lines come down and they go through the side there. Really wanted to keep the spare tire and everything like that. It was wider left to right than top bottom. So that's where we passed the bulkheads through. These are the style of bulkheads that's on there at the moment. You basically have this big threaded part and you run it through, tighten it down, and then you do your push to connect in here. I went ahead and changed it up a little bit. I went ahead and got these types from McMaster Car with the elbow built in. So hopefully that's one less part that would leak. Because currently right now, I believe it's the inside part, the seal, that's leaking. Because I've snipped the wires, the tubes, and it's still leaking. So after all the heat and stuff, I guess it just degraded after a while. So I'm going to go with this style, with the push to connect. It's kind of annoying. I got these from McMaster Car and they didn't come with the nuts, but the same SMC brand. So the fitting and the nut does transfer. So that's one good thing. The other thing is the profile, the height of the profile. If you look at the bottom, if we bottom this out, we still got the push to connect fitting here. And then if we put, let me get a right angle. And if we put a right angle into it, that's how much it is pushed all the way in. So look how much more that is sticking down. So I'm hoping that we have much more clearance and it's further away from the heat shield, so it should last longer. I also got a DEI heat panel from Amazon. Who knows when they're going to show up, but I'm pretty much going to put that between the heat shield and the fittings, extend the life some more that way. Also on the docket, new front struts. I really need to get these on before I head down for ZNationals. It came with some leader hose to the 1/4 inch, but I went and got 3/8 because all my plumbing is 3/8. Need to start working on putting that on the front. Got my helper now. We're gonna remove one line one by one, that way we don't lose track of which one goes to where. And unbolt it from the top, replace everything. Alright, we're gonna move with the first one, this one here. Now we have a huge old hole in the car. Let me go and put that other one in. So we're going to replace it with this one. Yeah, this is much shorter. This style is much shorter than the other one. So it should clear a whole lot nicer. I'll put a wrench on it. Wow, Xavier. Hold on, Xavier. I'm going to put a wrench on it. Turn it back the other way. I'll tell you when to stop slowly. Alright, stop. Alright, just now wait. Alright, it's tight. Okay. So now, instead of having to use... Oh, I didn't want to let go. Instead of having all that height, with this one, we simply just put it right there. And that's much lower profile. Pull the tab out. Alright, that's good. That's way nicer. So you can see the height difference from this one and this one. So this should tuck to the body a whole lot more. And then when we put the heat plate on there, it should be way better. All done. These are way lower profile. I really like them. Just take note, I'll put the part numbers in the description. So much more tucked into the body than the previous lines. I just wish that Amazon would show up so I could actually finish up the bottom and button up the bottom so I could just concentrate on the front. Now let's pressure it up and see if it holds. And I don't see any bubbles under here from the soapy water. So let's spray it again. Yeah, I don't see anything. Yeah, that's so much better. At least it should last at least 5 days now before totally deflating or air going. That's cool. So look what finally showed up, my ScoreF insulation. So this is from DEI. Although the packaging from Amazon didn't come with any specific label, so I don't know if this is real or not. I don't know. Anyhow, it's a nice heat shield here with some matting, and it's also has an adhesive backing. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take my snips and cut it to size and pretty much put it over the stuff there like that. Stick it on between the heat shield and those guys. Give it some more life. Wow, now that's really nice and protected. This is the open dump that gives you the very loud, obnoxious psh. Now you can get this shield back on. And there we have it. Oh, the maintenance in the rear end is done. Let's hope for another 6 years of no issues. First things first, we gotta air out the front. Make sure the lines are totally bled. That way the front bags can deflate. We gotta take off the top 3 nuts up top here. And that bar. Take off the joint, this ball mount for the upper control arm. The brake line over here. And we just gotta undo these slip-on bushings to get the speed sensor and everything safe so we don't rip anything out. And just unbolt the sway bar end link that's there and there, and then we should detach this airline and pull the whole thing out. got them out. It wasn't too hard. One extra step I didn't mention, I guess we had to take the end link off. Once again, not very hard. Here's the new air spring. Here's the old one. They're very similar, but it looks like AirLift updated the design a little bit, specifically in the top head. You can see in that space there and that space here, it looks like they redesigned it to give it a little more pivoting on the top. The top head also is a little different. Don't know if it's just a cost change or if it's just for, I don't know, better performance. Who knows? Somebody put a comment what you think. If it's a cost savings or if it's an updated to the original design to make it cycle better. Everything is length to length, the same length top to bottom. The body, however, is a little longer than the top. You don't really change the height on here. You undo this bottom nut and extend, you can see the threads in there, extend the whole assembly up and down. But since it's the same length right now, if you look at it, it's definitely the same length. I'm going to leave it as is and see how it works differently on the car. Hopefully that's not going to present an issue, but we will find out eventually. Also, the sun is encroaching into the garage. Do that side off camera and then get back to you guys. Everything is in. We have some preload. We cycled the suspension. All nuts, note, all nuts are hand tightened. Every single nut is hand tightened. Nothing right now is torqued down or put in all the way. With suspension, when you're doing coilover swaps or changing any kind of coilovers or airbags or anything like that, don't torque or tighten the nuts down at full droop. This is something I learned a long time ago. Always add preload to the suspension and then tighten down all your bolts. If you do it at droop, it kind of tweaks and gives the suspension system torsion, because at ride height it's a lot shorter and you're tightening the droop, so you're putting it and you're tightening all these bushings and rubbers and stuff at droop, and then you're putting the weight of the car and you're raising it up. I'm kind of having a hard time explaining it right now, but you're basically tightening it out of its proper geometry. So you want to give it preload, and then you want to go ahead and tighten everything up. So you see here, I have the jack, has a little rubber pad, raising it a lot up. It was prying up down here is the full droop. I'm raising it up. Now I will go around, tighten back up my sway bars, all the accessories, tighten the main nut on the bottom. But once again, it's cycling nice, nothing's touching. While cycling, the airline is detached per the instructions. Be very careful, read your instructions when you put it on bags, because you could actually damage the bag in the first few inflates and deflates. So keep an eye out on them. We are in. We are pressured. The bag is inflated nicely. Just remember, go ahead and inflate your system. Put your tires on, put the car down, and then slowly let the air out, let it go down. Let it make a couple cycles. Once again, look at your manual, because these bags could curl up as supple as a used bag. They're new, so they're a little stiff. So they may kind of crumble if they don't cycle well. So first couple cycles, keep an eye on it. I'm ready to go ahead and throw the wheels on. Take the car off the jacks, put it outside, let it get some UV rays, cure that paint some more. The strut bar is just in place. The strut bar is not tightened down. Just like with the suspension, we had to preload everything before we tighten it up. It's on jack stands right now, and it's not level. So put your car down on a level surface before you tighten down your strut bar. It's hot out there, guys. Car is outside getting some UV rays. But that should conclude redoing, refreshing, whatever you want to call it, the whole air system for this car. Inside, out, four corners, all redone. Should be good for ZNats. I'll see you guys there. Now, I want to put on probably like 50 or 100 miles, shake it out, make sure there's no problem before we head down to ZNats. It's really good. It's been weighing on my mind. Now I need to work on this 510. There's a crank signal issue and a fuel pressure fluttering issue I need to rectify. Then send some logs to the tuner, make sure he'll give us the okay to get it started, get it tuned, get it finished. Guys, put in the comments if you think I should give these away. I don't know. It will probably be, like I say, giveaway will be free, but because of the weight, I'll put it back in the original box. The winner will have to pay shipping. That's the only thing. Let me know what you guys think. They do probably, the right side probably needs to be rebuilt. Unfortunately, I think I've mixed it up. I'm not sure which side is left and right anymore. But the left side, they're both all in hard, all the way hard. But on the right side, on a hard dip, I would touch fender. The left side was fine, the driver's side was fine. So one of them probably needs to be revalved or just refreshed. I don't know how cheap or expensive that is with AirLift. It may be cheaper than doing a whole new strut, I don't know. But go ahead, put in the comments if you think I should give this away to someone. I am pooped, I need to clean this garage. put shit up. As usual, guys, if you do appreciate this vlog, if it was good, if you learned something, if it was entertaining, go ahead, hit that like, hit that sub. Thank you guys for following along with me all this time. Whew. Until next time, guys, y'all take it easy.